You amazing, amazing, amazing people. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. We got a good week this week. It's going to be great. And we got a bunch of great words to look at this week, too. So, congratulations to everybody. I'm just, not everybody's in our company, but big shout outs. Diana, we're so proud of you, lady. Good job. So many of you doing so amazing. And we'll see you in Orlando in a few weeks. So, kicking off this Monday. Hey, Pat Ogden. Good to see you. Okay. I just saw her in my screen. Had a great weekend in Oxford, Mississippi, just so everybody knows, in the campus of Ole Miss with Miss Michelle McKay and Cynthia Bolden and Petra and so many of you. I'm going to miss you. Paula, I see you. Ken, I see Starlin Jones. I'm going to miss somebody. You know who you are. Okay. The only birthday we saw this weekend was Haley Lee's birthday. So if anybody has got Haley Lee on the quick dial, make sure you give her a belated birthday if you hadn't already. So I want to read this to you, and then I'm going to give you my word for today. Oh, today is Connie's birthday. Okay, Connie Langelier. We'll see if Connie's on, but it is Connie's birthday, so make sure we tell her. So before I tell you the word, I want to say this. Thank goodness for self-development. Thank goodness that the good Lord gave us a brain to say, you know what? Just like I can have compounded interest in my bank account, I can also have compounded interest in my mental game. Imagine that. Imagine our growth if we just got about a third of a percent better every day. Like just a little bit, like just a little inch. I said, you know what? I'm going to get better at making a phone call. I'm going to get better at listening. I'm going to get better at the just like a little third of 1%. How much growth could we have in a year mentally? Oh my gosh, unbelievable. So, what are you reading today? What are you putting through your mind? What self development's there? Because thank goodness I've spent years listening to this gentleman named Jim Rohn. And I was out on my exercise yesterday and I was listening to him again. Imagine that. You can actually listen to something over and over and over. And he said, for things to change, you have to change. For things to get better, you have to get better. And he was actually talking about network marketing. I'm going to share this really quick and then I got to move fast. I know, got 3 minutes. He says it's really funny in the network marketing profession, people talk about, they complain. Upline, sideline, company, this. He said, but reality is, do we all have the same products to represent in the company you're in? Come on, give me a yay or nay. Play with me this morning. Yes. Do you all have the same compensation plan in the company you're in? Yes. So what's the common denominator of someone in Europe having success and someone in Florence, Alabama that's feeling sorry for herself not having success? Boo! We're playing under the same comp plan. We're playing under the same product. So the only thing that's different is me. I got to grow. I got to get better. For things to change, I have to change. For things to get better, I have to get better. So the word for today is direction. It's direction. And I love it because it says a course along which someone moves, a path towards a particular goal, guidance about what to do, where to go, how to proceed. Like I got to have direction. And in this busy world we live in a culture that celebrates like being busy. We celebrate a full calendar. a long to-do list, constant activity, but is it really getting us to the direction we're headed, right? Let me tell you, my mentor told me a long time ago, he said, you could set out to go to California, but if your direction was taking you through Atlanta, Georgia, well, I hope you got a good like flotation device because you're going to have to swim a long way. Okay. If you're leaving Alabama, if you're headed towards Atlanta, going to California, you're going in a direction, but it just is a long, it's a hard direction. Okay. So let me say this. I got to move the clutter and go, if I'm going here, then I got to get good at going from point A to point B in the direction I want to go. And I can't let the long to-do list and everything where I was busy today. I was busy going to California from Alabama. Yeah, but you was busy going in the wrong direction, Brent. Congratulations. You got to know the direction you're going. And so is what I'm doing today taking me to where I actually want to go? It's about a half a dozen things that make up what I need to do in my health, in my finances, in my spiritual walk, in my profession to get me to where I want to go. The question is, am I busy doing those half a dozen things or am I busy doing all those other things that are not headed in the direction that I'm telling everybody I'm headed in? Andrew, I'll turn it to you. This was a
Well,
good one for me this morning. Good news is I'm in control of that direction.
I love it. And I love that this is a Monday word. And I love that Connie is on this morning. So
Oh,
we
Connie's
get to
on.
sing to
All
her
right.
this
Yeah.
morning. So excited for that. So the quote that I found was from John F. Kennedy. And he said, effort and courage are not enough without purpose and direction. And coach, I got to say, when you said you needed flotation devices to get from Atlanta to California. I may have gotten a little bit confused geographically, but that's
Well,
not a
if you go
strength of
so far
mine.
on the East Coast, okay, you're going to run out of real estate. So you better
Right. I'm
swim
like,
some. You better
I
be
get
a
it
good
now, but I'm
swimmer.
like, well, you would
Okay.
turn around, but you would only turn around if you knew you were going in the wrong direction. So we spend, I don't know about you guys, but in our world, we can spend a lot of time talking about our goals, talking about what we want, right? Like, I want a big old fat investment account so that I can provide as I need to provide. I want a healthy body so I can pick up those imaginary grandbabies and that luggage in the overhead bin. Like I have all these goals, but I think that sometimes we can forget that we need to figure out the direction. Like what's going to get me there? Because I can walk around the block every day, but that's not going to help me lift that bag up, right? Because I'm not doing anything specific for that goal. So I might be doing something good, but it doesn't mean that it's the right direction that I need to be going. So a good question we can ask ourselves is where am I headed? And is it taking me closer to where I want to be? So, how do we do that? Well, first of all, we look at our habits. Our habits are what gives our entire life direction, even the ones that we barely notice, right? Like you probably don't really pay attention to whether or not your bed was made this morning because it's just a habit. You either have the habit of doing it every day and it's the first thing you do, or you don't have that habit, you don't even think about it, right? So our habits really are going to point us either in the right direction or over to Atlanta when we're heading to California. So next is to look at our circle, the people that we love and that we are blessed to spend time with. Well, they're quietly influencing us in the direction that we're traveling. So if we're the sort that we're trying to march to the beat of a different drum, right? What I don't know the percentages, coach. I'm going to mess this up, but I'm going to throw it out there. And we're going to say like 95% of the people make the majority of their income through traditional means, right? You get up in the morning, you go to a job, you do the traditional things. I did that for 17 years, probably longer than that. Great worker bee, love my career. And then I had a shift and I started moving in a different direction. And if I continued with maybe some different mindset than what I needed to be in this direction, gosh, wouldn't I kind of feel like I'm going the wrong way? Right? Wouldn't I be influenced to change direction because I wasn't plugging into something that was supporting me in a different space? So we got to make sure that the people around us aren't influencing us in a way that's pulling us away from our goals. Next is to look at our calendar. Where our time consistently goes is a pretty good clue about where our life is going. So if I look at my calendar and I see that, well, I've got 5 blocks to scroll social media and not do anything productive. And then I've got 2 blocks to drink coffee and not do anything productive. And I've got another block to play fetch with Maddie and not do anything which is productive for her, right? But nothing productive. Well, I'm looking at my calendar going, is this advancing me towards where I need to go? Maybe not. So go check out your calendar and see what you're planning for, right? What direction are you heading by what you're giving priority on in the hours of the day? Next is to look at our decisions. Every little yes and every little no is a tiny little turn of our steering wheel, right? So what am I saying yes to? What am I saying no to? And is it allowing me to course correct in the right direction of where I'm trying to head? And then lastly, look at what you're chasing. Make sure that the destination that you're working so hard to reach is where you actually want to go, right? Is it really what you want for your life? Are you putting time and energy and whatever into something that when you say, okay, if I keep driving in this direction, is this actually what I want for me, for my kids, for my imaginary grandbabies, for my future? And if not, then maybe it's a good time to course correct because we've got to realize that, thank goodness, we do not have to have the entire road mapped out today. I'm so glad because, man, that can be hard. But we just need to choose the right direction and then take one little step moving that way. So that's what I had this morning. We do have our Connie birthday girl
We
here.
we do, and I got to give a big shout out really quick to Coach Buck, Mike Buck. Big celebration this weekend. His beautiful, amazing daughter, oh my goodness, daddy's little girl got married. We enjoyed seeing the pictures, Coach. Congratulations to you guys. That's amazing. And Miss Connie, happy birthday to you, lady. We hope you have the most amazing day ever. We love you so much. Thanks for being a part of the community. Here we go. Happy
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 birthday
birthday
to
to
birthday.
Happy
you.
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
Happy
you.
birthday
Happy
to
Birthday,
birthday,
Connie.
Connie.
dear Connie,
Happy
and
Happy
to
birthday
birthday
to
to
you
you.
and
you.
Happy
you
birthday
and
to
birthday,
you.
more.
Connie. We love you,
Happy
lady.
Happy
birthday. Can't
birthday.
wait to celebrate you next week.
Love
You
y'all.
guys
You guys
have a
have a
great
wonderful
day.
Celebrating.
day.
See you,
Happy
Messiah.
birthday,
I'll
Haley.
see you, buddy.
Happy birthday.
And Haley.